So today I'm going to be installing my zone valves for my boiler. I have two on already. I redid the whole piping on the bottom of it. I'm working on setting a lot of stuff up. But these were done when I replaced their baseboards. I put these on. So now I need to put the other two zones back on, so this way my boiler is operating correctly. So to get started, I'm going to isolate all my valves. I'm going to turn off right here. This is going to isolate all my zones past the pump. That's all off. I'm going to turn off my water feed. The electric's off. Water feed's off. I have my hose connected at the bottom. Right now I have temporary heat going. But I'm about to connect a lot of different things to this boiler, but let's open it up. Let it drain. We're going to wait till the pressure. Okay. There's almost no pressure left in the boiler. So now that it's sucking air in, let's close it. Alright, so now I can focus on the zones. So we've cut it. Now we're just going to ream it. I like to ream the inside and the outside. The inside's the most important, the outside's not as much. But doing the outside helps clean up some of the burrs that are on the inside. So you want to try to remove those little metal shavings so they don't get everywhere. Doing the outside, what that also does is it helps, even though I'm seeing it's leaving some shavings there, it helps fittings slide on. I think my reamer may be getting old. Okay. Now we're going to put a little, not much, just a little bit of flux on. You put too much, you get runny solder. I just like to get a little bit on. A very thin coating. Because when you heat it, it's going to melt. And then you get your valve body. Like I said, it doesn't matter. A on top, B on top. No difference. Put that on. Okay, we're in place now. Bring this over. Don't drain it. I always rotate stuff. Moves the flux around a little better. Up goes the manifold. Okay. I didn't want it to sag the manifold. So since we have 5 1/4 here, we need 7 1/4 for the top. All my markers are going dead. And we'll do the same thing here. Clean it up. First cut it, and then clean it. Right there is my uppercut. Let's see, right there. Okay, that's out of the way. Now clean it up again, just like the other one. Okay, that's all clean. Do the same thing. I'm going to disconnect the valve from the body. Brush out. Make sure it's clean. Add a little bit. When you spin it on, if you like to spin your fittings on when it's on, you're also helping spread it. Let's see, if I have A's on the top, I'm going to keep A's on the top the whole way, just so it matches. One thing I forgot, which should always be done, cut and ream. Always ream after you cut. If you don't, you're just asking for trouble. You get turbulence in your water. So anytime you cut copper, just ream it out once you're done. A lot of copper cutters have reamers built on. And if you have to, you get a little metal file. If there's something stuck on there and you can't get it off. But usually you should be able to remove all those little burrs. I don't put the flux into my fitting. Some people do. I just put, like I said, a little bit there. Now we got the A and B. Push up. Okay, there's that. This is the hardest part always. Especially when I may have to just cut just a, there we go. Okay. Now we're going to solder them in, so this way they're fully attached, and then it's just wiring them up, which is the easy part. Everybody always likes to wire them up. Here goes nothing. I'm using a little tip. You can use a big tip, but and a very soft flame. So when I do it, I like to start by heating the pipe a little. Not a lot, just getting some heat on the pipe, then I bring it up into the body. Oh, and this one's closed. You never want to do it with them closed. So let me just open this one. Boom. Okay. You always want these open. Isn't ready yet. Starting, there we go. Good. Now top, while we're still warm, so it doesn't cool off. I like to see the top and bottom. If not, then you got to reheat this all the way. It's already got some good heat from the bottom. There we go. All melted. The heat pulls the solder around. So let's start here. I can go hotter, do it faster. I just prefer not to use a lot of heat. As you can see, the solder is running out. We're getting solder even a bubble out of the top. Come on, get hot enough to pull. solder's fighting me. Alright, since the solder wants to fight me, let's see, am I not making it warm enough? Pull around. I'm going to do now, could be giving it too much heat or whatnot, but it seems to fight me a little. I'm going to add a little flux on the outside. Alright. It's at the top now. Three, 1, 2. There we go. Top solder is so much easier than the bottom. Little sanding cloth and that's done. Here. Looks good. Oh, did I find a gap? Let me see. Nah, it looks sealed, okay. Looks sealed. Looks sealed. Back. Ooh, that's tricky. I'm gonna have to wipe it. And then I'll show you guys. If it, little hot, little hot. I need to get a little more in the back there. So I missed in the very bottom. It's gonna be hard for me to get the camera there. So let me just get a little bit flux right into the back. You always want to make sure you don't have a leak, so. And then we'll clean up the other fitting right there. That doesn't look too pretty. I don't like seeing all that solder there, so. Okay, got these. Let's fill her back up. That solder hardened, so that's all that matters. That little tiny spot better not leak right there. Nah. would see this. I know, me, I would know it's here. Which is why I'm cleaning the majority of it off. Alright, so here we go. Full blast on water. Nothing. Air vent, let the air out. We got no spray. If it was leaking, it'd be spraying. There goes my spiral. Clean up any flux. I'm going to let the whole boiler fill. I ended up closing these because I saw a small little drip I wanted to address on this. So that's opened. So now what I'm going to do is open this. Alright. And open these. Air's moving around and up. I'm okay with it. They're no longer real hot. And I'm going to just turn the boiler on for 1 second just to move water through that. Alright, I got a little bit of the bubble shaking up. So now I'm going to take these valves. You got to make sure that your moon, well, that fitting there is going to match what you have inside here. That's all you got to do for the install to put these on. Just push in. Just like that. That's not even one of the new ones. That's ended up on a new body, but whatever. I should move it over to here, I guess. I don't know. Not like it makes a difference. Like I said, they can go anywhere. And that's the only one I'm going to be a little disappointed. The height's off a little. But that's life. And then the plugs, when you're wiring, these you can wire and then pop on. So sometimes from the side I gotta go because sometimes I can't quite aim it right in. There you go. As long as, come on dude, what are you doing? Then they even say make sure it's freed up, it's not stuck, so it moves. Because you don't want to jam the zone valve. So I see the problem. I didn't open my valve. The valve should always be open when you take them on and off. I'm like, oh yeah, it's so easy, and look at me, I'm struggling with it. There's that one. And that one. So there you go. They're on. Now all I gotta do is wire them up. So now they're soldered in. I popped the heads on. What I have to do is connect it. So I have my 24 volt lead. Well, actually this is my common for my 24 volt lead. Here is 24 volts going up to my thermostat. Wire coming back down from my thermostat. What I'm going to have to do is connect it. One of the things I like about these Eries is you could take these off and you can easily just make your connection. So you're not fighting with that. But the Honeywell ones have the wire leads coming off of them. But it's all the same wiring, a 4-wire. You have your power. This energizes your motor. You have 24 volts in here. Now this is your end switch, which just like any other zone valve, this just turns the boiler on. So right here, I'm just going to put these 2 wires in, and these 2 wires are going to wire into the wires going to my TT. They all get spliced together from each zone valve. So all these will get spliced into this wire. Right now, temporarily, I just made it so only one zone would run, would operate the whole unit. But I'm gonna, and this is all temporary wiring because, as you see right there, everything's gonna be going through that zone control. But I want to have heat. I have to go to work. I don't have time to just let my family be cold. And I'm doing this job in between, like working and everything else I'm doing with my family. So I'm gonna take this one off. This is the actual end switch, so let me remove this. This is what they got to tie into. I'm only gonna put 2 on now, 2 different thermostats, and let the other ones just come on and off as they need, but the water will flow when these need. So the same thing here. I really do like the fact that I could do this with these. It also makes it a little neater because I don't have those wires. I could tuck this in and hide it, and these wires won't even really be visible when I'm done. I missed the little connectors, but it's alright. I'm just doing these 2 just to show you guys how it's connected, and they're all the same. It's just literally, on the other ones would be 2 red wires coming off here. Now this is going to end up right about here. Okay, let me splice this real fast. Not catching it. Interesting. That's why I didn't want to splice. Okay, now it's not a hot and cold. They're just jumping through a switch. So there's the one wire. Here's the other wire. This is used wire, so this wire was on the boiler. Instead of throwing it away right now, I'm just going to do this real fast. And then when I get back later on, I'm going to connect to the zone panel. But like I said, for now, this will give 2 zones the chance to operate. Now here is the wire that feeds the aquastatic relay. And I'm just putting them all together. So this way, when one opens up, they all get energized. Anyone gets energized when any zone needs power. I still have the other 2 to connect, but I don't want to make it a long, drawn-out video. Here, I'm just trying to help people learn how to do some HVAC stuff. So now these are connected. All 3 of those. So this way, when any one of these comes on, it's going to activate that, and it says on top of here that it's the end switch and that side's the power. So you can't really screw it up. Here is the Erie that came off here. It would have a cover on here. It's just like the Honeywell's. Only difference here is that these red wires are the end switch up top, and the black wires are the ones that you splice in to energize your motor. I kind of like these better, which is why I didn't go. I was going to do the Honeywell's at first, but like I said, I bought the house. I had one of these on. I actually enjoyed how it comes on and off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm turning the power back on. So this way, this one's calling right now. They're all in the closed position, as you can see. That one's blinking, so it's energized. This one will take a little longer because this one's connected to a Wi-Fi stat, so that has to turn on boot. But now it's gone solid green, and now it's ready to come on. It's blinking before while it's energizing the inside, and now it's open. As you see, it's in the up and down position. So now the boiler should be getting ready to start, unless they're all connected. No. Here, let's take this and pop it on here, because this one I didn't connect the end switch yet. But like I said, it doesn't matter. Okay, so here we go. And the boiler starts. So that's the end switch which turns on the boiler. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on installing Zone valves, it's all the same, Honeywell's, anything else. The only different one how to install is the 3-wire take-up. But all 4-wire zone valves are about the same. Until next time, I'm out.